Hey y'all, it is November the 13th, 2025. And real briefly, I just wanted to put it out there because I feel like it's, a pretty big deal. And also, I wonder if people understand me when I use this sort of analogy. I want to talk to you about geoengineering, otherwise known as chemtrails, otherwise known as a figment of our imaginations. For those people out there who, you're interested or you're concerned about the geoengineering and the chemtrails, I want to use this analogy because lots of times we have this desire to tell people, hey, we're being sprayed like bugs with poison to kill us. And this isn't good. You want to spread the word and like point it out to people. But what I want to put out there, I don't know how you take this. It's a doomer mentality or what. I just want to put it out there. You're pointing out something that is clear and obvious. Have you ever heard of something that phrase to be hidden in plain sight? Lots of times it's best to hide stuff that is plain and when you're hiding it, do it so that everybody can see it and it's plain and obvious to everybody. And you might think, oh, that would never work. It works a lot of the times, basically. That's the whole reason for the phrase. So you get this desire, and I know I've had the desire too, to point out to people and say, look, don't you see this? You see this going on here? It's not natural. And in fact, it's a way of poisoning everybody on Earth, when you talk about the geoengineering. But I wanted to put out this analogy because this is the best analogy I could possibly think of. Imagine in your mind someone who's very mysterious and perhaps off-putting. All right, like you could use any example, but I'll use the example of some grown-ass man with a beard and all that sort of stuff, hairy, obese. He smells like he doesn't shower nearly enough and stuff, and he's like prancing around in a tutu and very skimpy one at that. This is what I picture in my head, unfortunately, but you can picture anything that's very, very suspect already, just visually. Imagine there was a character like that, and every single day, this character would pop up when you least suspect it, or just, and get you out of nowhere. They got a spray bottle in their hand. This is like a mysterious liquid. You'll never know what exactly is in this bottle, and they don't tell you. This very suspicious person does not ask you, does not tell you what's in the bottle, nothing, doesn't explain himself at all. And what they do is they'll sneak up on you and spray you in the face. All right? And they'll sneak up on everyone spray them in the face every single day with this spray bottle, and it's full of mystery liquid. And then when they're done doing that, they'll spray the trees. They'll spray the plants. They'll spray the ground with it. They'll spray bugs. All right? And animals and stuff like that. They'll spray everything with this mysterious liquid. And they don't ever bother. And if you were ever to ask the suspicious person, what the hell is that you're spraying on me? They'll say, that person will say, what? I'm not spraying anything on you. You're fucking crazy. You're like an insane person. What's wrong with you? You need to get locked up because I'm clearly not spraying anything on you. And meanwhile, every single day, sprays you right in the face, clear as day, sprays everyone you know in the face with a mystery potion. All right, but so that's the analogy that I'm giving. And then you're trying to tell other people who don't believe it, people who have repeatedly not believed it, You say, hey, you know that mystery guy that sprays you in the face every single day with a mystery potion? I don't think it's good what they're spraying in the face. I think, to be quite honest, that is this low grade poison that will likely kill you in, let's say, 10 years, 15 years. You're not dying today, but you will die, and that's for sure, from this mystery potion, because countless people who you know have already came out, done scientific studies on the liquid that's been sprayed on them, realize all the different various aluminum, strontium, bromium, and all that. They've done the science. They know what's in it, and they know for sure it's going to kill you eventually. Like 10, 15, if it takes 20 years, you're going to die. And you're not only you, everyone you know, your children and everything else, they're going to die pretty soon, because that's what it does. And in fact, you could just look around and you see the trees, they're slowly dying. I mean, this is not a natural thing, but you see that the trees are slowly dying. And then you'll also look around and you'll notice all the insects that only a couple of days ago were so plentiful and abundant. And I'm talking about real insights into the health of the planet, such as bees and pollinators and that sort of stuff. They're all clearly dying. They're like 90% gone. They're like 95% gone. Gone, because they're dead from the spraying. The guy, that suspicious man spraying stuff, right? But now you're going to these people, you're going to certain people and you say, I think we're all being sprayed with poison and right in front of our face. And this is probably a big concern. And they tell you, I don't know even what you're talking about. Some man spraying me in my face. What do you mean I could see him every day do it right in front of my face? What? You're a conspiracy theorist, bub. There is no man. You're crazy. So, but multiple times you'll come to that person and say, no, I can prove it. No, look at this. I can prove it to you. Look at, here's the science. Here's the this, here's the that. But what I'm trying to explain is it's right in front of their face. You're not going to convince them of anything at all. And when I say them, I don't mean just them. The President of the United States, in which everything hangs in the balance because of him, basically, like he's our only hope and chance to not be incur total destruction. He does not have a clue at all. There's whole states. There's all sort of legislators and this and that who they're pointing out, yes, this is clearly poison being sprayed on us on an everyday basis, to the point is that they're banning it. They're banning it in certain states. They're outright banning it because of the fact that it's clearly poison. Even then, even the President of the United States and he's being sprayed in the face every single day by this suspicious, hairy, disgusting man in a tutu. He's being sprayed in the face every day. And if you were to bring it up to him, he'll have no idea what you're talking about. All these whistleblowers and more and more and more and more documentaries quite clearly pointing it out, that this is right in front of our face, hiding in plain sight, and it will pretty much be our downfall. And in fact, there's endless scientific evidence that for sure it's killing us. And we're still trying to point out to people, and they still keep saying, no, that's not a real thing, and you're being weird about this. That's the most accurate analogy that I could put across. Now, there's some people who their thinking is malleable. There's some people whose brains are open to new thought, to including especially younger people who are not dead set in their ways. who you could point that out to them and say, look, especially to a younger person who they've known this, the guy with the spray bottle spraying poison in their face every day, that's all they've ever known. You could point out to them, to say those children and people who have an open mind, and you can say, look, believe it or not, this is not a normal thing. And in fact, guess what? This is poison designed to kill you. And you'll probably be able to convince them. But people who are dead set in their ways, it's not ever going to work. I promise you, it's never going to work. And at this point, it's kind of messed up. But there is no stopping it. That's what it's like. As much as I would want to stop it, and I'll back anybody who wants to stop it, the president of the United States and everybody like around him, they don't even believe that this is a real thing. So you're not going to stop it. I'm not going to stop it. We're not going to stop it. It's much more likely that we all die. It's actually more likely that because you can't convince people. It's terrible, but guess what? And it's not the only way in which we're deciding as a populace to end ourselves. We're ending ourselves, basically. It's tough, but it is exciting in a certain kind of a horrific way, right? But that's the best I can do. And I don't know, man. I'll holler at y'all about it a little bit later.